Welcome back to the channel. I'm Robert. You know, Jimmy C and friends, he bought that van. He done paid me all of it today, and he asked me if I could drive it to Highway 281, which is, it's about 100 miles from here. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I can do that. He sent the rest of the payment, so the van is paid in full. I done said yeah, thinking that other people weren't going to be busy or working, like the wife and my youngest son. So now I have to do something else, because I told them I would bring that van, and I'm going to bring them that van. I ain't going to use a trailer, so I'm going to end up, the deal is, I'm just going to take this here truck and fab up a tow bar and tow that truck with this here van. That's the plan. I had a tow bar, but it got all bent up because, you know, I used a half-ton F-150 two-wheel drive to pull a 2000 Dodge Ram dually 3500 to I used that Ford to pull that Dodge with a tow bar, and it got wonky on the old tow bar, but I made it. That was a long time ago. So now I got the pieces from the old tow bar, except for the extensions. What I mean by the extensions is, you know, them bars that go from there to the bumper. So I won't worry about angle iron, bed frame angle iron. It's just as good. I'll reinforce it with a bar in the center there, so it won't have any give. That's the plan. We're going to see if it works out. But I am going to deliver that van to old Jimmy C and friends, because I done already told them I would. Any guy that says he's a man keeps his word, so that's what I'm going to do. I should have thought things through, because, you know, my plans never work out. So, because of what I do, assume other people are going to be available, but I can do it myself. It's fine. So I'll get this here fabricated up, make a safety chain, blah blah blah, and on Sunday afternoon, when I'm supposed to meet them over there 100 miles to the east of me, I'm going to be there. You better be there, Jimmy. Oh yeah, and then in the process, we're going to see that this van is a good van by tow barring that 68 Chevy pickup down the road 100 miles. Look at that sweet van. You're getting a deal on that van there, Jimmy C and friends. Just a fancy one. Extra tires, spare tire, rims, diamond plate floor. Oh yeah, and a cassette, Sparkomatic. Just door just closes. It's fancy. Well, I'm over halfway there on this here tow bar. I just gotta reinforce it a little more and then hook it to the truck, and then on Sunday I'll be ready to roll. Well, I'm all ready. I got this here all done to tow and meet Jimmy C, but I gotta do a couple things. I already did one, so I'm gonna do this right here. Look at there. I'm gonna do that there. He's getting customized. I did find, as I was saying before, this GoPro battery went dead. I got you know, I ended up putting that on. That, oh, Jimmy's gonna get stickers on his van. Oh. Don't want it to be falling over now. I'm doing one more. And then I'll do some inside. This is the way it is, Jimmy. There. Throw these inside. Okay. Oh, then since I got so many of these zip ties and bias blades, he's gonna get one of them too. There you go, Jimmy. Leaving in the morning. Meet up with that old Jimmy C. You don't need to worry about stickering up someone else's van. Stickers included. See? That's going to be all the safety. It's going to work just fine. Oh, sometimes I don't think things all the way through, and I was talking to Peg at Zip Ties. He's like, hey, you know, even though it's a manual transmission, the input shaft will be spinning, so you might want to disconnect that drive shaft or idle it. So, thanks for that, because I done skipped over that. You know, sometimes a guy just don't think things through, and that's what happens. But when you're talking to your friends on the WhatsApp and they tell you that, you better, you know, listen, right? All right then. And if you ain't subscribed to him, Zip Ties and Bias Plies, I suggest you do so. this is here, and that's still here. So, car pulled out in front of me, slapped on the brakes, and that done snapped right off. Luckily I had that safety chain on. The bumper's a little smashed up there. Bolts are broke out of the bumper, but my welds, they held. Let's lean back there. Oh, it's even touching. Ooh, it even ate a little bit of this here. Ay, ay, ay. So I talked to Jimmy, and I could barely get a ride to go get I drove one back and barely could get a ride to get the other vehicle. I had hustled to get them off the highway because, you know, I don't think it got very, I don't think that bent. I don't think that bumper bent. Anyways, so Jimmy and them are on their way. Luckily, they're coming to get it today, because otherwise it would have been Thursday, he said. But I'm glad for that. I tried. I mean, I couldn't, there's no other way I could have done it. That's why I did what I did for that, tow that with me. So I was just trying to be nice. It wasn't for any extra money or any of that business. So, but kind of was a little shaky, you know, seeing my truck get. I was thinking it was gonna snap that chain, and I was only going 45, if that. And that lady, and the highway is 65, and that lady, she pulled out right in front of me, right off the gravel, didn't even look to the right, and and then she looked after, you know, everything's all said and done. She looked, and then she kept on driving. So that's how that goes. I've done way more sketchier shit than that tow bar, and never had that happen. So, but that was years ago. I even had this, you know, this one I'm glad I had that safety chain on, and those other chains that went to the receiver type whatever, because all it was hanging was that frame of that tow bar and the chain hooked to that truck. But Jimmy will be here in, like I said, about 2 hours. So I'm glad that he's coming to get it, because I wasn't gonna attempt it again, making another one. I could have, but I just like, no, I'm not doing it. That was just bad luck. That's all that was. They're leaving now. Look at the candy van owners.
Put a handle.
Tail light warranty. See ya.
Can we read it again?
That's the guy that gave me the table.
Oh.
Jimmy C and friends, and Mike. What the f Mike? No, Jamestown.
Oh.
Bye bye. Oh, they're going to get gas, even though it has still a half a tank. It's like 30-gallon tank on that thing.
Really?
Yeah.
They would come from where?
They came He said Mitchell, but then in the end, he said I meant Sioux Falls. I'm like, holy, that's all the way to Minnesota. So that's, I thought he was at the bottom of the state, but he's at the other side of the state. What are you doing, sniffing? Why are you so happy? They got a couple big dogs. And then that other guy, I don't know him too well. I talked to him online a few times, but Mike or whatever. They're at the, you know, the gas station that just got a debit card machine, so. Bye-bye, van. They're still over there. Jimmy wanted, he wanted the video, but he's been in the car too long, so he just wants to go home. There goes Jimmy. So yeah, Jimmy, he just wanted to get home. He was tired of being in the car. He wanted the video, but he just wanted to go home. So I just did a little bit at the end there. But that there, I don't like that. It is that. And that, it was like this. And now that just it's twisted. That there, I mean, I've had my nerves, you know, yeah, it was, it took me a while to get on nervy, if that's what you want to call it, I don't know, you know, stressed, nerved, it was, yeah, I thought that thing was going to come unhooked. I'm glad for that, the safety chain. That's the last thing I want to lose. All the rest of it can just go. Even this. But it's just hard to get one like that. I never seen that coming. Like I said, I've done some way more sketchy stuff with way heavier vehicles and never had that happen. I guess I've never had to slam on my brakes. But like I said, I was only going like 40, 45, maybe 47, somewhere in there, maybe even slower. And that lady just came right out, bam, right in front of us on the highway, right in front of me on the highway there. I only have the one camera since, you know, someone had stolen my drones and my other cameras, or I would have had one in the front and one in the back of the van. So I only put it in the back, and I didn't even make it that far.